go to my page, share it live. That's when we'll officially start. Hey, did you guys see my Florida Gators highlights yesterday? No? Yes?
Not
Maybe
yet.
Could it be so?
Not yet.
Oh, check it out. It's good. It's good. Speaking of good, we're good to go. So I went ahead and just shared it on Facebook. So here is, I guess, the pause for a live show. Welcome to week 7 of the Fantasy Focus live show here on Fantasy Focus, brought to you by the Original Hooters. I'm Derek Tate alongside Ryan Levy and Matty Bucks over there in London. As you can see, London is treating Bucky real well. He's out there recording from a garden. I don't know what garden in London, but where are you at over there, Buck?
I'm in my buddy's personal garden. It's astounding. These folks they're living off the land that they have. We have strawberries, all sorts of cherry tomatoes out here. We even have corn growing. The corn's right that way. There's a whole lot going on. It's delicious. But if I have to scramble at any point during this podcast, it's because the weather has opened up and all of my technology is at risk. I do have a golf umbrella in worst case scenario. So I'm good to go. But now I got my massive beers. These are pints for those that are uninitiated. They're about 38 ounces by my estimation. I mean, it's like drinking 4 beers in one. And that's exactly what I come over to England for. So I'm here. Let's do this thing.
Hey, Buck. It's great to have you on from England. I think you should record from there more often.
How's the quality? The quality sound good?
You sound majestic.
I know I look good, because that's a staple, but I all that I care about is the audio being where it needs to be.
Audio is on point, bud. London's like doing you a bunch of favors, man. You sound fantastic.
Hey, the Gators won yesterday. I had a hell of a run of losing and drawing in the form of Spurs and then the Gators last weekend. It's good to get a win. Let's talk some football, though, fellas.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit of fantasy football, professional football. Today, there are already a couple major players in the fantasy football landscape that have been deemed out. The biggest name of them all, Alvin Kamara. Kamara is on the shelf for his Week 7 tilt against the Chicago Bears. That means we're going to see a lot more of Latavius Murray. So, guys, give me some quick thoughts before we get some of the questions rolling in. Or do you feel confident starting Latavius Murray today against that vaunted Chicago Bears defense?
Absolutely not. I think there's going to be less than 24 points scored in this game. I want no part of it.
No confidence whatsoever. Hasn't had a role all year. I doubt that starts this game, despite everything lining up for that. I'm with Levy. I think this is a low-scoring game. I'm going to stay away from any running back.
See, for me, it's not even about the volume. I think he'll get plenty of volume today. The problem is the efficiency. We've even seen Alvin Kamara struggle ever since Drew Brees has been under center. I mean, they've been winning football games, but it hasn't been at the behest of Alvin Kamara putting up gaudy fantasy football numbers. It's been a lot of ball control, game managing, and just relying and leaning on their defense. And today, it's like you said, Levy, it's going to be a low-scoring affair. If Kamara wasn't putting up good fantasy numbers, I don't expect Latavius Murray against the Chicago Bears, who are top 5 defense against the run, to put up big numbers.
I mean, I guess if you're desperate, you got to start him, right? I mean, he could sneak into the end zone if they find themselves on the 1 or 2 yard line.
I will say this. I got a buddy of mine who I looked at his current stable of running backs, and it was not a stable. It was a petting zoo. That's my buddy Scotty over here in London. It's a petting zoo of running backs, and it's not looking great. So Lat Murray in that situation, of course, I think he's a viable option. But if you've drafted correctly, if you've played the waiver wire correctly, there are better options out there than Lat Murray.
So an American has a friend named Scotty on a road or a Euro trip over to London. It just reminds me of the movie Euro Trip, where Scotty doesn't know. It was Matt Damon who made a cameo appearance as the lead singer of that band, who stole Scotty's girlfriend to initiate the entire movie and get the plot into swing.
Savage, as the kids say.
Totally savage. So here we go. As far as other players that have been ruled out, Arizona is going to be without one of their top pass catchers yet again. Christian Kirk has been ruled out officially this week, dealing with an ankle sprain. It looks like he's going to have another week to get himself up to speed and recover. But a guy on the other side that's been, speaking of high ankle sprains, in what seems like at first we said it was possibly 8 weeks that Saquon Barkley would be on the shelf. And all of a sudden, he's already back and facing off against one of the weakest run defenses in the league. I'm assuming if you have Saquon Barkley, you start him, but do you like him today in DFS, guys?
Oh, I love him. I mean, I'm sure he still has a hefty price tag, of course, but yeah, I mean, he's out to prove to the world today that he's superhuman. I love Saquon this week.
I'll say this, that weird social media video that's going around of them just zooming in on his hips and his crotch as he's working with the rubber bands this morning.
Yeah, what's that about?
I gotta say that was one of the weirder videos ever, because there's just this old man who's standing some, I don't know, 30, 40 yards beyond him, and he's just right in between Saquon's legs, and you see this entire gentleman's body. It's just the weirdest video. It's like they put up a camera right at his groin section and said, this is a great space to look at his knee action. That was essentially what happened. Go Saquon, go out there and do your thing, man. They need to funnel it to you, and if they're going to be successful whatsoever, it needs to go through you. So
he's been dealing with an ankle injury. Why are you filming the man's groin area? Don't stay. It's all in the hips. Yeah.
You saw it, right? You saw the video. It's a weird video.
It's a weird video. I don't understand the angles. So we're starting to get some of the comments coming in, so we can go ahead and start jumping on them. Dumbbell, aka Usarjo, what up, guys? Dab Wizard, dab on him. You're up already early dabbing.
By the way, I listened to last week's show. Dab Wizard, he's a Buck man, 100%. Dab Wizard, great to have you on board. The first of many. It's good to have you on Team Buck, and we really wouldn't be where we are without you, Dab Wizard. So keep on dabbing on them fools.
As we have Tim Mikeworth also. What up, Tim? Thanks for joining us again. Thoughts on Lazard? Now we have Geronimo Allison, who's been dealing with an ankle and a knee injury. Allison's been dealing with a concussion. MVS has been dealing with an ankle and a knee injury. And of course, Devontae Adams, I believe, is on the shelf yet again with a toe injury. Yep. So Allen Lazard, guys, I know that he caught a pretty touchdown pass on Monday Night Football against the Detroit Lions. Do you like him this week with the lack of options at the wide receiver position, likely with one of those two missing the game this week, if not both?
I'll start him. I mean, I'm starting him in 2 leagues, I think. So, I mean, I've got MVS and Allison in several leagues. So it sounds like one of these guys is going to play today. But even so, I think there's plenty of value with Lazard this week. So, I mean, if you're desperate, I'm not saying he's like a wide receiver 1 by any means, but as a flex option or something like that, wide receiver 3, the potential's there. The targets will be there.
In the leagues I'm in, which is primarily 12 and 14 team leagues with pretty extensive benches, a guy like Bob Lazard, and I call him Bob Lazard because of the ancient alien celebrity that is Bob Lazar, big alien guy. You've probably seen the memes with Bob Lazar. Y'all have 100%. Don't even lie. I'm going with Lazard because I believe there is life beyond Earth.
Good matchup.
I'm going to go with him getting some extraterrestrial touchdowns in this match and going ahead and just making sure we make the moon landing into the end zone.
Finding pay dirt from above. All right, so
he's on one of them moon scooters.
Dab Wizard mentioning Buck has beard. It's okay. Buck has beard. It's okay. That's correct.
Of course it is. That's day to day, brother.
Villarreal, Hollywood Brown, or Flash Gordon. I don't know if you're referring to Flash Gordon as in Josh Gordon, but Josh Gordon's already been ruled out. If you're talking about Melvin Gordon, then it's definitely Melvin Gordon today over Hollywood Brown, who I believe is questionable heading into today as it is. In fact, I saw one tag. It said where he was doubtful. So, I mean, I'm definitely going with Melvin Gordon, but if it's Hollywood Brown or Flash Gordon, I don't even know if either of them are going to play.
That's the problem. Yeah.
Villarreal, you got a problem on Sunday morning, man.
Villarreal, go out get Bob Lazar.
Yes, go get Lazard.
And we have Danny Villarreal. Thank you for joining us. Kittle and Bits, or Austin Hooper. This is actually a very interesting one. Obviously, Hooper's been crushing it this year, but I actually still feel very confident in what I've seen from Kittle as far as his volume. So you guys got Kittle or Hooper today?
I'm actually going Hooper.
I'm going to go Hooper too because I think that Kittle matchup is going to be lower scoring. No joke this time, guys. Just analysis. Hooper.
I just don't think that the 49ers need to do much. I think they're going to jump out early and just kind of coast and run the ball. So I'm going to go Hooper because We know how bad the Falcons are. Their defense stinks. I expect the Rams to win today, but I still expect Matty Ice to throw for 300 plus, 302 touchdowns.
That's what he's been doing every week because they fall behind every single week by multiple scores.
And the thing is, Matty Ice doesn't even look good out there. They look really bad, man. They just look bad.
I don't think Matty Ice is the problem. I think
he doesn't do anything until the second half.
I mean, a lot of that has to do with the fact that they can't stop anybody on the defensive side of the football. And really, Devonta Freeman and his efficiency running the football hasn't been there either. So, I mean, if you're facing 3rd and long every other series or every other set of downs, then yeah, you're going to struggle a little bit in the first half until the defenses soften up and decide to go ahead and just give you everything underneath.
Fair.
Hooper.
I'm still going Hooper.
I'm going Kittles and bits, guys. Look, one of the very few games where Jimmy Garoppolo put up gaudy numbers was against a Cincinnati Bengals defense that, like you already mentioned, similar to the Washington Redskins, is not very good. So, and Kittle is still the focal point of this passing attack. The volume is still there for Kittle. Kittle is still a better player than Austin Hooper, even though Hooper's been seeing a ton of volume because of game flow. I'm still going to go with George Kittle. I still think he's the better option.
I do agree that Kittle's a better player than Hooper, though.
It's no knock against Austin Hooper. It's just George Kittle is little diddle George Kittle over the middle. Damian Herbert, that's Damo. Shout out Damo.
You can't skirt over that. Tate, what in the world was little diddle Kittle over the middle? I liked it.
I tried to go in a different direction.
I mean, I liked what you did. What you did was positive, and I'm all about positivity. I just want to make sure that you got the appreciation you deserve, buddy.
Appreciate that, bud. Appreciate it.
I also appreciate Walker's cheese and onions, as alluded to on.
Still eating those things?
Dude, I've eaten 2 things: Walker's cheese and onion and McDonald's since I've been here.
Slow down over there, bud. Calm down.
Bucky's coming back with a new cholesterol level.
My LDLs are through the roof, let me tell you.
Shout out Damo. Jay Goff or mustache? By the way, Noah Fant has officially replaced Amari Cooper as the new mustard.
Yes.
Oh, I think you're right. Jiminy Crickets.
He's putting up some impressive drop numbers as Noah Fant.
I'm going Jared Goff. Minshew is the appetizing. He's like, I'm trying to think, when there's a new player in like the chip market and you want to go ahead and maybe try those new kettle chips that just came out in your local grocery, but there's always Lay's or Walkers, and you can always go back to Old Faithful. And that's kind of my thing here. Minshew is appetizing. He's right there with Goff, but I'm going to go with Jared Goff. They're pretty even though. One way or another, I'm not leaning too hard.
This is interesting because, man, the Bengals are really bad, and I believe they're missing 3 DBs this week. So that is quite tempting, but their run defense is absolutely atrocious. I expect Lenny Fournette to get like $120 on the ground today. And I don't necessarily think that Jacksonville needs to score much to win this game pretty easily.
Well, Atlanta's secondary is what's struggling.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, no, I'm saying for Cincy on Minshew, but for Goff, yeah, I'm going Goff. I love the options a lot better for the Rams, and we've already talked about the Falcons D now, so that's an easy choice for me.
Yeah, I expect Goff to bounce back from, what was it, a career low, like 78 yards passing last week against the 49ers. I expect Sean McVay to be able to get him going against the secondary that can't seem to stop anybody right now. They can't stop a nosebleed. So, Mark Andriotti, what up? And then, of course, we got Stephanie. Thanks for joining us. PPR, David Montgomery or Miles Sanders, 2 rookie running backs that have really yet to get off the ground completely, have not lived up to the expectations. However, we've seen their roles increase up to this point of the NFL season. Who do you got, guys?
I'm going to go Sanders in this situation. I think this should be a pretty high-scoring game. Montgomery, that Saints defense is just really good, man. I don't want any part against them. I think the Saints went outright today. Sorry, Bears fans.
It's close. I'm going to still go Montgomery, though. Requisite touches. The Buck staple. The diet of Buck and beer.
I do think it's going to be a higher scoring game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. So I will go Miles Sanders. However, I do expect Montgomery to have a decent day. And I know that you're saying that you think the Saints are going to win outright. I disagree. I think today Teddy Bridgewater gets exposed by one of the best defenses in the NFL. James Villarreal, you think Kareem Hunt is a viable option when he comes back, I have McCaffrey, Kerryon Johnson, Royce Freeman, and Devin Singletary. Devin Singletary's back this week. But Wad, I'll go to you first. What do you think about Kareem Hunt? I think in 3 weeks he'll be slated to be able to be available. But Nick Chubb's been killing it so far.
Yeah, I'm picking him up just to wait and see approach. And I think in PPR formats, yeah, but I mean, most people probably drafted this guy in the last round and have kept him on their bench all year. So he's probably not even available in most leagues, but I'm not dropping any of these guys by any means. I mean, your running back stable is awesome here. Royce Freeman's been a nice surprise in the passing game. Oddly enough, he's not getting a ton of carries, but he's getting catches and he's getting yardage.
He's getting production.
Yeah, and I still like Singletary.
Scored a touchdown this week. Singletary moving forward. I think this week of all weeks should be a Singletary week. The Bills get out to a 2, maybe 17-point lead. I think Singletary is very involved from there on out.
I've been waiting on Singletary, and I'm glad that the Buffalo Bills decided to take the cautious approach. I mean, granted, I would have loved to have had him for the last 4 weeks, but those hamstring injuries, if you don't let them fully heal, they linger all damn season. And boy, did Singletary look fantastic the first 2 weeks of the NFL season. So I expect him to eat today against Miami in particular.
Agreed. Tate, do you just see this game kind of setting up to where he will have ample opportunity in the second quarter through the end of the game? For whatever reason, I feel like we have ridden the Rolls Royce that is the cyborg and Frank Gore pretty hard over the first 6 weeks of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's time to get the young stud in there to get the Tesla going. I want that electronic movement. I want him to not be guzzling gas like the Cyborg does. Cyborg still runs on WD-40 and diesel energy. That's what he does. Okay, but now we got to get the electronic in there, that Tesla, the charging stations that are at every Winn-Dixie. Why is the Tesla station at Winn-Dixie? All right, I'm done.
Buck. That was fantastic.
There's like 16 Tesla charging stations at my local Winn-Dixie. It's incredible.
I love this, and this says it so well. Mark Andriotti, yes, the gang is back together. Buck, Levy, it's good to have you back, boys. BG, go Birds. What up, BG?
Hey, real quick, do the Birds or the boys win tonight? Because I'm going Birds.
I'm going boys.
Oh, I'm going Carson Wentz and the boys. Now, I mean, I want to see if Amari Cooper plays, because if Cooper is available tonight, which it says that he is expected to play, that's Philadelphia secondary is garbage this year.
Yeah, you still got to start him.
Yeah, I mean, you're starting Cooper if he's available, but if Cooper plays, he could be the X factor, because I don't think Philadelphia has an answer for Cooper or Michael Gallup. I think Gallup has a nice week too after 3 drops last week. So Sarjo, I just traded Kelsey away because I had Disley. Now I need a tight end. Oh, man, how quickly did that change from last week?
Ouch.
Oh, you hate to see it. But now, actually, I'm wondering what Kelsey's value is going to be without Mahomes for the next 3 to 5 weeks. But anyway, choices are Watson, Fells, Jimmy Graham, Eric Ebron, and the old Jackie Doyle piece.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's really the cherry on the diarrhea.
Hey, buddy, if you're gonna spew into this. That's a Wayne's World quote.
Mm-hmm. I got
it. This is bad.
I'm going Darren Fells just because I've seen some life from the Texans tight ends this season, but I don't like it.
That's where I'm leaning.
Oh, but man, I don't want to pick any of these
Doyle. No,
answer the question.
I'm starting Doyle this week, by the way. So, you know what? I think a seam route is coming. Jacoby Brissett, seam route, Jackie Doyle piece, redemption song, Bob Marley.
The problem with Fells, I mean, he's fine. It's just Jordan Akins is still there, and he's running more routes than him. So I'm going to go Doyle.
Okay. I mean, I don't think there's really a clear-cut right answer on this one.
There's not. So, I mean, good luck,
just
Joe.
Go with your guts there, guys. B, what's up, B? Still have no sighting of A yet, but would you trust Dante Pettis during a downpour in Washington? I hate bringing up weather conditions as far as reasons not to start fantasy players, because the weather can change. But the point is, no, I do not trust Dante Pettis. I trust the running backs for the 49ers in this one.
See, I disagree. I'm all about Dante Pettis in this game. I think the passing game, sure, Tate. If the wind is a factor, throwing the football is hard. These guys know how to throw wet footballs. The receivers have a distinct advantage over the defense
Right.
when we're playing in those rainy conditions. And I think Dante Pettis is a flash player. So you get a flash player in an environment where they might have trouble getting their feet on the ground as defensive backs. I think this is a good game here for Dante Pettis today. I do trust him in a downpour, yes.
Yeah,
now, if I knew your options, if I knew your options, I might not. But the fact is, if Dante Pettis is what I'm looking at, like the end of a barrel of a gun, I'm good. I'll let them pull the trigger on him.
He's got good hair too.
Yeah, I mean,
fantastic. Is he still blonde? Is he still rocking like the Cisco, the blonde, the thong song blonde?
I'm actually not sure on that.
Then what? You can't comment on his hair if you don't know his hair. Now I got to Google.
I'm just thinking back to last year. He had great hair last year. But Tate, to touch on the weather, I mean, I learned my lesson back in week 2. I don't remember who it was. It was a Chiefs
McCoy.
game.
It was the Kansas City Chiefs game. It was like a terrible downpour or something like that.
Everyone, we're talking about not playing this guy and that guy. I'll never do that again. Pettis, depending on what your options are, I'm okay with him. I'm not crazy about him.
Dante Pettis hasn't topped 60 yards receiving in any game this season.
What's what I'm saying? I'm not starting him if it's 75 and sunny, not a cloud in the sky.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm staying the hell away from him this week. James Villarreal, Bob Lazar, the guy who worked at Area 51, no?
Yes, that is exactly who Bob Lazar is. It's my guy. He's also starting on my fantasy team. Shout out Bob Lazar.
JP Covers, thanks for joining us. Pick 2, Galladay, Woods, or Larry Fitz.
It's a good threesome right there. It ain't the devil's threesome, but it's a threesome nonetheless. I'm gonna lean Galladay Fitzgerald, to be honest. It's hard to leave Bob Woods, the rude boy, out of it, but Fitzgerald has just been too damn predictable every week after week. No Christian Kirk. Give me Larry Fitz over Woods, but Galladay's a sure starter in this set.
I like all these options this week. I'm going to go Galladay. I'll actually go Woods because I want a piece of this Falcons matchup.
Correct. That's the only reason why I'm going to flex against Larry Fitz. It's nothing to do with the matchup. He's actually got a nice one against the Giants secondary this week as well. And Kyler Murray's coming off the best game of his NFL career. But Bucky over there, little Barry Poppins over there with the
Bucky Poppins. Popping crisps, eating chips.
All right, I've got Galladay and Woods though. Levy, I'm going to let you go ahead and take over the board because you're really good and fast at it.
Oh, I love it. Dennis, what's up, dude? Thanks for joining us again. Need a Mahomes replacement for the next 3 to 6 weeks. Josh Allen or Jared Goff? I'm going to jump in real quick. I love Josh Allen with that. You mentioned it right there. Two times against Miami. Allen
for me, dog.
If someone named John Kitna was playing against Miami over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I would take John Kitna over Jared Goff.
You're talking about the number 30 quarterback of all time.
As far as passing yardage, yeah.
Or was it 50? It was 50. Either 30 or 50.
It was 50 and Fitzpatrick was 48.
That's right. Yeah. So you're talking about 50, the 50th greatest quarterback that's ever played this game. John Kitna with his bald head. By the way, I shouldn't talk shit about balding because I'm balding.
Yeah, like it's coming for you quick, Buck.
I need to get on these collagen pills like it's yesterday.
I'm taking something called biotin. It's hopefully going to hold the top of the island. There's still going to be some palm trees growing out of the island on the top of my head.
I have male pattern baldness, so I just have this little like ice skating rink of hair at the very tippy top front, and then it's like 2 glaciers that have taken over on either side. I basically have a slip and slide of hair. It's not a good look.
I feel like I've got something similar going on. They call it the widow's peak or something in that nature. And sometimes if I put a little bit too much gel in the hair, you get a little tip at the white. At the very top, it looks like a mountaintop. It's all just cascading towards an apex on my head.
They call that
Yeah.
Mount Tate Everest.
All right.
In all seriousness,
here we go.
I do want to say the reason why I like Josh Allen, aside from Miami. No, in all seriousness, his rushing floor. I feel much more comfortable on a weekly basis with his rushing capabilities than I have seen from Jared Goff in an offense that still seems to be trying to figure itself out with Todd Gurley not 100%.
And hopefully Mahomes doesn't miss more than 3 weeks. He came out this morning and said he's considering himself week to week. So
yeah, but dude, he's the franchise quarterback, and they already learned a lesson trying to play him at less than 100%. He's going to be missing some time.
All right, Orozco, thanks for joining us again. Devin Singletary, Darren Waller, Tevin Coleman, or Terry McLaurin in a standard.
Tevin Coleman.
It's Coleman.
Coleman!
Yep.
Nice one, Tate.
Start 2 out of 3 from Dennis. Devonta Freeman, Tevin Coleman, or Devin Singletary. It's Coleman for one of them. Who else you got, Buck?
I'm gonna latch my wagon to Devin Singletary. I think he scores a touchdown today, and I think that's the floor that's necessary to win ball games. So, Dennis Stephen L, give me Singletary, give me Coleman. It sucks because I remember 2 weeks ago when I was the only one that was high on Freeman, and he went out and had a good game. He did back up my talking, which was good. Most times people just shun me after games, but he did not. But I'm still gonna go Singletary. I'm gonna go Coleman. Go Bills.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I was going to jump in real quick. No, I'm just going to go Singletary because and Tevin Coleman. I'm leaving Freeman out just because I still don't trust his efficiency on the ground. It's not a trash unit on the defensive side up front for the Los Angeles Rams by any stretch. Really what saved his fantasy bacon over the entire season is his involvement in the passing game in basically garbage time, because a lot of defenses are just pushing all the way back, taking away everything deep, and Matty Ice is just dropping it down to him for about 5 checkdowns a game. So, and he scored 2 receiving touchdowns last week when they were trailing against Arizona. So if they couldn't run the ball against Arizona, I don't trust the efficiency there for Freeman. I like Singletary's matchup today too.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on these two for sure. I've been fading Freeman all year, and I'm not going to stop now. I actually I don't own Freeman on a single team. Isn't that weird?
I don't own him at all, but he has real estate in my heart of hearts.
Yeah, go Knowles.
Great hair.
Kenny Glazer. What's up, dude? Good morning. Aaron Jones, Jordan Howard, Marlon Mack, and Jamal Williams. We need 2 of those.
Jones and Mack.
No hesitation for me either. We are in sync this morning, Buck. Tater, of these 4, pick 2.
You know, I like what I've been seeing from Jordan Howard.
I knew you were going to say this, Tate. I knew it.
But that being said, Marlon Mack is still my guy. And Aaron Jones, I know he had a bad week, lost a fumble, saw a lot more of Jamal Williams than we expected. But make no mistake, Aaron Jones is still the best running back on that team. So Aaron Jones and Marlon Mack.
Bucky, as you said the word savage earlier, I just saw my nephew commented in here, and his username is Savage Bros. So what's up, Ryder? Thanks for joining, kid.
I don't know. Is this PG?
No, it's not.
Yeah. Ryder.
It's a burner account.
Earmuffs. Eric Falla, carry on or Latavius? It's carry on all day for me.
Hey, Jay.
The hate has gone too far with Carry On Johnson. It's Carry On Johnson all day. Come on, guys.
Yeah, he's playing like 70% of the snaps. Buck, what type of beer are you drinking in England?
So it depends. It's so much different over here. The main observation is, like, if you want house beers, if you're in a central urban area, you can't really buy a 12-pack.
Really?
Right? Yeah. So you can buy individual pints. So this is like, let me find it. This is what's considered an imperial pint. This is an Italian beer, Birra Moretti. That's my home beer of choice here. When I'm like back at the flat, just kicking it back, I like these. But when I'm out and about at the bar, I prefer, it's a craft brew. It's a session IPA called Beavertown Neck Oil. Shout out our buddy Brad, Neck Oil.
I love it.
He's got neck oil for days. But it's a beer that will be available any single place that you go. In terms of a pub, a bar, they'll have neck oil on tap. It'll be a little bit more expensive than most of the beers, but it's a damn good beer. They sell it at the Tottenham Stadium as well. So yeah, that'd probably be my preferred. Second would be Amstel, which is like, we have Amstel. Yeah, Amstel Light in the States, but Amstel is at just about every bar.
There we go. All right, Dab, thoughts on Amari Cooper, debating putting him in today. For me, I'm starting him. I am definitely starting him. He's got the best matchup he's going to have all year.
It's risky. It's risky to start him because if he aggravates that injury, we saw what happened. He played a couple snaps, one reception, and injured it on that play. But I'm starting him. You love the matchup. They got to have this game, and he's one of the best mismatches they have against that secondary.
All right, Judson, thanks for joining us. Chase Edmonds or Jamal Williams in a deep PPR league? Tater?
Judd, I'm going Chase Edmonds. I like what I saw from him last week. He was involved in the passing game, and David Johnson's still dealing with an ankle injury. So he's even questionable heading into today. I mean, for me, it's easy Chase Edmonds.
I'm going Chase Edmonds here. I believe in the guy. He's never going to wow you. He's kind of like a better version of Ito Smith, in my opinion. He's a better Ito.
I'm with you on this.
Stronger version than Ito, too.
Yeah, exactly. But I know Tate in his brain was like reviewing all their tape. If y'all just saw it, he was just going through this like psychoanalysis of it. Just, oh man, I'm not sure if the guy has the exact same body type or the skill set that he brought.
Edmonds had a better 7-cone drill and a better vertical broad jump. And
yeah. But you know what I'm saying? As two backups drafted in similar positions, in the same year of their career, respectively. I think Chase Edmonds has a leg up on him. So
he's a player, dude. He's good. He's just a gamer, man. And I honestly, if David Johnson wasn't there, I think this guy could be a very good fantasy asset.
Was Chase Edmonds out of Richmond?
Chase Edmonds,
I believe so.
Oh, now it was going to bother me the entire time. But let's move on. Actually, let's look it up. I do think
breaking news though. MVS and Geronimo Allison are active today. Just so you guys know. So be careful,
Lazard.
No. All right, here we go. While you're looking that up, Tater, I think it was a small school.
It was Fordham.
Damn, I almost.
Yep.
All right, BN Dried Ocean. I pulled off a trade of Dak and Kamara for Bell and Thielen. Your thoughts? I personally hate it, but
of Dak for Bell and Thielen. So Kamara's
Bell does have a good schedule. Bell has a good schedule, so
it really depends on who he has as another quarterback. Because then if you're looking at as it just in a vacuum, Kamara for Bell and Thielen. I mean, I'm not high on the Vikings pass catchers, but Thielen still has nice volume, and Bell. Look, this offense is better and competent with Darnold under center. Both weeks that Darnold has started, Bell has scored a touchdown. So is he the world beater that Kamara is? No, he's not. But depending on who your other quarterback is, I'm okay with the trade.
All right. Kel, what's up, dude? Thanks for joining us. He wants you to know about the Bills D will be starting on the squad today. Love that. Also pumped about that move.
Go Bills.
He's looking at Lamar Jackson or Matty Ice. Also, there's some uncertainty with Lamar Cooper Sunday Night Football.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, it's Lamar. Currently starting Larry Fitz and Galladay and benching Cooper. Tate wants to start Matty Ice for some reason. But
Matt Ryan's been given. What is wrong with Matt Ryan's numbers?
There's nothing wrong with it, but when you have Lamar Jackson, you let him play. Let the man ball. He can run for 100 yards on any given Sunday.
Here's the thing. I like to make everything circle back to the Florida Gators, as I always do. Felipe Franks, 4-star quarterback, one of the top ranked in the country. We also recruited a 2-star Kyle Trask, who backed up another Division I athlete quarterback for 3 years in high school. Kyle Trask played for the first time. He started his first game 5 games ago. The kid can play. Okay. That's how I feel about a guy like Lamar Jackson. Every day that he lines up behind center, I feel confident what he's bringing to the table, both rushing and honestly, the passing game isn't exactly where you want it, Tate, but William Snead is getting back involved.
Oh, God.
I'm back with Willie Snead. I might start him in Dynasty. Tate is sighing his brains out.
You need to give up. You need to give up.
I won't.
If he's on your team, you need to release Free Willie. Just make him a free agent.
By the way, over here, the TV is wonderful. I was watching Free Willy right before I joined this podcast.
All right. The most important question here of this scenario, though.
I'm not kidding.
Larry Fitz, Kenny Galladay, or Amari Cooper. We need 2 of the 3, gentlemen. Let's stay focused here.
Okay. So 2 of the 3. I'm still gonna roll right now. I mean, Kel, right now you're probably going with the safe move with Fitz and Galladay. Personally, I'm willing to roll the dice though with Amari Cooper. It seems like he is trending in the correct direction, and his ceiling's higher than either of these 2 guys. I'm gonna go with Cooper and Galladay are my 2 options.
Stay with it. I disagree with you there. I think that Larry Fitz has the higher upside with Christian Kirk not playing.
I don't know about that. Higher
What?
upside than Amari Cooper playing
Buddy.
against the worst pass defense in the league.
Buddy, when do you see Larry Fitz go off like it's 2006?
If you want to get real deep on it, Kel, if you're like 2-4, I'm definitely playing Amari Cooper because I want the higher upside. I think the higher upside's with Cooper. I mean, if you're like 3-3 or 4-2, just go with the safe route. Larry Fitz and Galladay.
I see the next comment on the board, and it's no, yeah, I blasted you last week for taking Hooper over Ertz, and how about this week? Yep. Okay. I mean, I'm okay. Again, Hooper just continues to produce. I mean, as long as he continues to do his thing, you basically Hooper's a must start at tight end. I still like Kittle a little bit more, but there's maybe 1 or 2 tight ends it would even be a question for anymore until he posts a bad game. So, yeah, it's Hooper.
Dennis, why don't you trade one of them?
Yeah, here's my big thing with that, Buck. I agree with you. Why do you even put yourself in a position where you got to make this choice every week? You shouldn't draft 2, or I guess you picked one up. I don't know, but it's too much stress.
Yeah, you either picked up Hooper later on or you drafted him late, but Hooper right now is the top tight end in fantasy football. I would say that Ertz has built up a resume where you can completely trust the guy. So I'm going to go in this situation with Ertz over Hooper, believe it or not. And I'm going to say trade Hooper. His stock is not going to get any higher than it is right now, especially in the elephant graveyard that is the tight end position. Shout out Lion King. Shout out Mufasa.
Yeah, I'll go Hooper this week.
Just saw the most recent Lion King. Still good, but lacks some of the original punch.
Terrible.
A punch of the original. So
hated it. Didn't like it.
All right, for Mark, Ingram, Carson, Coleman, or Eckler, start 2. You've got a stable there.
Yeah, that's a nice looking stable.
Is this Churchill Downs, or are we talking to Mark Andriotti over here?
And he didn't mention in the next comment he dropped Damo Williams.
Good. So he's a bum.
Yeah,
terrible player.
Tough to take. Hate to see it. Ingram and Coleman for me.
Man, I'm going Carson and Coleman. I love these running backs. Man, this is good. Good team, dude. You got to be at least 4-2.
It's the PPR though. This is so hard because I look at Tevin Coleman and Eckler as the most pertinent PPR options, right?
Sure, I agree.
However, you get the bangarang style of a guy like Chris Carson. Obviously, Mark Ingram is always a threat to get in the end zone. He's going to have touches. Damn, it's Churchill Downs, Andriotti. I'm going to go Coleman and Eckler only because of the PPR factor. I think you're going to pick up an extra 8 points at minimum just based on those 2 players starting in your lineup.
This is the first time all morning that all 3 of us haven't agreed, or at least 2 of us haven't agreed on something.
Conjecture is the life of democracy.
Who do you trust the most, Andriotti? That is the true question. Good luck to you in week 7. Dumbbell, I need 2 from Jordan Howard, White, Singletary, Gallup, and Murray in a PPR format. 2. It's Jordan Howard, White, Singletary, Gallup, and Murray. Tater?
I'm going to go Howard. I'm definitely going to go Howard. I know the PPR doesn't exactly do Howard any favors, but I am still going to go Howard. I like how he's been playing in the volume against the Dallas Cowboys. And then on the flip side, I really want to go Singletary over Gallup in a PPR. Gallup, though, against this secondary, I think Dak's going to put up some numbers and Gallup should eat. I'm actually going to go Gallup over Singletary just because I feel confident in his volume and with Amari Cooper also a little banged up, we could still see some extra work from Michael Gallup.
But wouldn't you say that a guy like Singletary upside wise is miles beyond Gallup for a game like this?
Well, I wouldn't say miles beyond it because
Okay.
I've seen Gallup put up some good numbers this year. Some very high quality games. And against a secondary like the Philadelphia Eagles, I know I keep harping on this, but that secondary is really struggling right now there in Philadelphia. And the one thing that they can do is stop the run.
Yeah.
So if they can't stop the pass, but they can stop the run, I just expect Dallas to go with what's going to work and attack the weaknesses. So for me, it's going to be Gallup.
For me, Howard is in there, and I'm going to go Devin Singletary. I want to roll the dice on the young stud. I really wish instead of wearing number 26, he was wearing the 40 that he wore in preseason.
I like that.
There's something about a scat back wearing 40. I love it. I want every running back wearing 40s. John Ruggin style 44.
Oh man, yeah, I do love the number 40. I almost want to go Singletary and Gallup, but I'm going to lean the running backs. I'll go Singletary and Howard. It's a tough decision for me. I really like Gallup this week. If you're playing DFS, get Gallup in your lineup. I think he scores a touchdown, a big one this week. All right, Jeremy, thanks for joining us. Lat Murray, Singletary, or Eckler in a full PPR. This is tough. I think we can bench Murray in this. Singletary or Eckler in PPR. Buck?
I'm going Eckler. I can't get away from Eckler. I can't break up with her. She's too damn good looking, man.
Singletary. I don't trust the way the Los Angeles Chargers look as a whole right now. And if you're talking to me about who's got more upside this week against the Miami Dolphins as a second option at the running back spot, it's Singletary to me. No offense to Austin Eckler, who had a great start to the year, but with Melvin Gordon back, and he's already griping and chirping about trying to get more involved and get into a rhythm as far as getting more touches earlier in the game, that all spells Singletary for me, boys.
Devin.
I'm going to go Singletary too. My problem with Eckler is he's not getting the carries, and we've known that. He's always had standalone value as a PPR back, but I think Singletary is a riskier play because he's just coming back, and we don't know how much they're actually going to utilize him and how much they're going to game plan for him. But if they jump out ahead here, I think Singletary can have 15 touches, and I think he finds the end zone. So I'll go Singletary.
Boys, the weather not cooperating at the moment. I think I'm going to have to relocate. I will rejoin the stream ASAP. The cul-de-sac. Kel, I don't know what that is. I need some explanation.
That's up here, buddy. That's up here.
He's talking about your hairline.
It's grim. And with that note, I'll be back on here in just a bit.
All right, see you in a minute. All right, Nick Bird, thanks for joining us, dude. Flex option, full PPR, Singletary or Bob Woods? Lots of Singletary questions out there, Tater.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Bob Woods in this one. I mean, I love the upside with Singletary, and if you want to go with that, that's completely fine. But if there's a week to feel confident that Bob Woods is going to put up a solid stat line, it's against this Atlanta secondary and a struggling offense from last week with Jared Goff, only throwing for 78 yards. For me, I think it's a bounce-back week for the Rams offense.
Yeah, I'm with you on Bob Woods. I do love Singletary this week, but again, it's a little bit of an unknown there, so I'm going to go Bob Woods as well. I need a piece of that Falcons secondary. Jesse Torres, thanks for joining us, dude. Pick 2, Chris Carson, Tevin Coleman, Kerryon Johnson, Devin Singletary, Devonta Freeman in a PPR. That's a good squad of backs there.
I wish I had as many good stables of running backs as a lot of our listeners because, maybe I'm playing in too many competitive leagues. Maybe I suck at drafting. I don't know which it is, but that's for another day to debate. All right. With this slate, I'm going Tevin Coleman. I'm going Kerryon Johnson. Carson against the Ravens defense, I'm going to stay away from it, even though Carson certainly has been having a solid season. And Devin Singletary, too risky for given your other options.
Yeah, I'm going Coleman's a must play for me this week. I think he scores. I think he has a nice game. I'll go Chris Carson, though. I'm a Chris Carson guy. He's going to get 20 carries.
49ers are averaging nearly 180 yards on the ground per game. And Coleman can do some things in the passing game as well. So love what Tevin Coleman's been doing whenever he's been healthy this year.
Kenny Glazer wants to know defenses on waivers, who he should pick up. Believe it or not, I've seen the Bills out there because, they were coming off a bye and all that. So I think the Bills are a team you can pick up in some leagues. Anyone else out there a little bit deeper you like, Tater?
For this week, the Green Bay Packers, even though I don't know if the Packers are a team or a defense that's been on on the waiver wire. I mean, because they've been having a pretty good season. So, I mean, the Packers are one that jumps out to me. Of course, you can't go and pick up the 49ers because they're already probably owned. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit tricky. Maybe the Titans at home against the Chargers team that seems to really be struggling to figure out anything and everything as far as where their season is going. The Titans are a team that seems to get no love. So defensively, I'm going to go ahead and say that they would be worth a pickup to me.
Yeah, I actually picked up the Jags in a league too. I think they've, with their 2-4 record, people have kind of been shying away from them. But I mean, their defense is still solid without Jalen Ramsey. So
still no AJ Green, still offensive line issues for Cincinnati. Yeah,
exactly. TS, thanks for joining us again. Wentz or Rodgers this week? Daniel Jones on waivers, but this is a toss up for me. Thanks for liking. If you guys are watching this, throw us a like or subscribe,
baby.
Yeah. Subscribe. There you go. Wentz or Rodgers, though, Tater. You're not benching either of these guys for Daniel Jones, I hope.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I'm still going with Carson Wentz, who I think, dating back to last year, actually had a couple of very good games against the Dallas Cowboys. So for me, I'm going to go with Carson Wentz in a game that the head coach, Doug Peterson, has already said that they're going to come out and try to win this one at Dallas. So
he didn't say try. He said they're going to win.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, yeah, no, he went out there and said, we're going to take this game. I expect Wentz to be able to prove that he is the best quarterback in that division in a head-to-head matchup against Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on this one, Tater. I'll go Wentz as well. Rodgers has banged up options. I know he's got a pretty good matchup against that Raiders secondary, but again, banged up options there. So I think Wentz is going to be on Showtime tonight. Prime time, baby. Let's go.
Oh, Jamal, you want to take a stab with this one?
Let's see. Let me see if I can pronounce it.
Rogelio
Escada. There you go.
Jamal Williams is right. Hopefully we didn't butcher your name, my friend.
Who you got?
Still Frankie Gore. I mean, he's a starter. I mean, I get that there's a lot of Devin Singletary love, and for good reason, but come on, it's not Jamal Williams, even though he had a nice game against the Lions on Monday Night Football. A lot of that had to do with the fact that Aaron Jones was just in his own head last week, dropped a touchdown and fumbled early on. So Frank Gore, safe volume against a terrible Miami Dolphins team.
Yeah, I'm going Frank Gore all day. I don't think there's enough love for Frank Gore this morning. It's kind of disappointing to see the lack of love for Frankie Gore.
Hey, we're talking about the cyborg. Right back on cue, bud.
Oh, it's Frank Gore today.
So back to BN Ocean real quick. When he had that question earlier, he was giving up Kamara and Dak. He also has Russell and Kyler. I don't know why you have three quarterbacks on your roster, but yeah, I mean, Russell Wilson to me, right now, he looks like the best quarterback in the National Football League. His completion percentage is like 75%, and they continue to win. This guy is dropping dimes out there. I'm okay with it. I still think you're giving up the best player in the deal in Kamara, though.
I'm going to stick with Russell Wilson. He's at the top of my board right now until he lets me down. I have no reason to sit him. But Kyler, like I said, you have both those players. You have to make a move, improve your roster wherever you're lacking one way or another. That's really, it's silly to have to make a choice between Kyler Murray. You can only start one.
Personally, You're giving up, well, I forget exactly what the details of the trade were, but it was Kamara for Thielen, and who was the running back? I don't remember off the top of my head, but I remember seeing it and going, I think you could probably just get that for Kamara in general, not have to throw in Dak, who is still a top 10 quarterback.
But you don't even need Dak. You got too many options.
I understand that. So, I mean, if that's what gets you over the top on the deal, then I guess that makes sense. And Kamara's banged up.
I want to fill in the holes I have. It's just like a street with a bunch of potholes. You got to get out there and fill them damn holes.
That's right. Jesse Torres, Carson Wentz, or Jacoby Brissett? Tater.
Carson Wentz.
Agreed.
It's Wentz here. It's Wentz.
Love it.
No offense to Jacoby Brissett, who's playing good football.
Yeah, the brisket is out there smoking them.
Yes. B mentions as well, Geronimo and MVS are active. Does that crush Lazard's value? I don't know if it necessarily crushes it. I mean, you could start him as a flex because it's just one of these guys gets one bad hit here and they're out of the game. But I mean, it's very risky to start him.
Well, not just that. Aside from Adams, who else is there in terms of secondary receiving options? Like, you don't know. It's a crapshoot each game.
I don't get the feel goods about it anymore with Lazard. But if you're somebody that likes to gamble, go ahead and roll the dice. But it's the secondary does call that you could take a chance against the Oakland secondary. So for that reason, it's worth a shot in the dark. But for me, if you have other options, go in another direction.
How about Jimmy Graham this week? We didn't talk about that earlier when we had the option, but
no.
All right, fine.
I don't trust Jimmy Graham.
You can't trust Jimmy Graham.
This is true. All right, Tim Westby, thanks for joining us. Picked up Hooper last week. Since Walker was on a bye, would you start Waller over Hooper? No one wants to trade for either.
I don't know how to raise my hand and ask you a question, but how in the world was Austin Hooper still available in your league? But I digress. Since Walker was on a bye, would you start Waller over Hooper in a PPR? I'm starting Hooper. I know that Waller was actually dealing with an injury this past week as well, even though I love the volume that Waller's been getting. I mean, he's caught at least 4 or more passes in every single game this season. And really the only game that he had a suspect stat line was against the Chicago Bears, where they got off to an early lead and ran the football down their throat. So dude, you have a very good problem.
Yeah, I'm going Hooper.
I'm going Hooper. All that being said,
I'll make it a 3 of a kind here. Austin Hooper. He's been the number 1 tight end all year.
Speaking of Waller or Hunter Henry?
Oh, I knew we were eventually going to get a Triple H question.
I don't want the Triple H. I don't want the Triple H question.
I am the game. I'm going Darren Waller.
That was terrifying. I'm going Darren Waller.
Triple H, man, from back in the wrestling days.
But his first name was way better. Like the whole Hunter Henry thing, that was better than Triple H. You can't just all of a sudden say that it's too long to say the full name. What was the full name before he was Triple H?
Hunter Hurst Henry.
That's Hunter. You see where he went wrong? He should have been Hunter Hurts Henry.
Basically, I don't know. I probably screwed it up. I mean, that sounds about right.
I'm going to go Hunter Henry in that scenario, though.
Got it.
Why? Because I think the Packers defense is good. That's why.
That's fair. But I also
Alexander is not going to be covering Darren Waller.
I know. I don't think you can go wrong with this. My only hesitation on Henry is most of his production came in the fourth quarter last week. So, Tim, what's up again? Pick 2: Cooks, Gallup, or Fitz in PPR. I like these options.
Definitely Cooks.
Fitz and Cooks.
I'm gonna go Cooks, and I'm gonna go Fitzgerald over Gallup. I mean, I know I'm hating on Fitzgerald this week, but I do feel like he's gonna get volume, like Bucky has already mentioned, with no Christian Kirk this week.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on these two. So,
tough
but
to
I
say
do.
though.
I know it is tough, but you got to do it. All right, TS, Pats D or Bills D this week. Owns both. Love that. Also, Bob Woods or Austin Eckler.
How can you sit the Patriots defense right now? I know the Bills are a great option. They've been playing great, and they have the better matchup against the lowly Dolphins as opposed to Sam Darnold, who is playing for the Jets. But I'm gonna roll with the Patriots defense. They've been playing too great all season to where there's no way I can sit them right now.
Bucky?
It's Bills D. It's always been Bills D.
I'm actually going Bills D as well. I think Sam Darnold's going to put up some points. I still love the Pats D. Obviously, you're keeping them on your team all year, but I like the Bills D.
Tremaine Edmonds has turned into an absolute beast. And we saw flashes of it last year. Like, you would watch games and you'd say this is one of the future greats in the NFL. But when you see Tremaine Edmonds this year compared to last year, he's a completely different player. I mean, his coverage skills are through the roof. He's great in run fills. The guy does every single thing that you would expect out of your middle linebacker and more. And he's only getting better. He was the youngest player ever drafted. I think he was only like 20 years old for the Bills. He's the youngest player the Bills ever drafted. And he's only going to get better. Matt Milano, good player. The defensive line is coming to their own. It's a good team, man. Secondary is a strength. I'm going Bills over Pats. And honestly, I think the Pats defense was outplayed by the Bills in their head-to-head matchup, to be quite honest.
All right, Bob Woods or Austin Eckler, though? I'm going Woods.
Minus all the turnovers, Tate.
I'm going Bob Woods. Yeah, minus all the turnovers. I'm definitely going Robert Woods against that Atlanta secondary today.
Bucks,
Bob Woods.
Eckler.
Ooh. No, I'm going to go Bob Woods just because I've been doubting on the man. Y'all have gotten into my head a little bit. I want to act human. You know, sometimes you get swayed by your peers and by those that pressure you.
Ninja your brain, Bucky. That's what I try to do every week.
I was ninja'd 100%. I got chopped up in a ninja blender.
Boom, Mika.
I was waiting for you to try.
My man, that's Hamumika. Okay.
Oh, Bucky just crushing.
I mean, that's Hamumika. Okay, so Gerald Everett or Hawkinson, give me Gerald Everett. Let's ride the train while it's hot. There's gas in the tank. The engine is a burning, and it ain't coal fired. I'll tell you that right now. Diesel. Gerald Everett.
I'll go Everett as well.
I'm going TJ Hawkinson.
All right, fair enough. Will, what's up, dude? Full PPR. Tevin Coleman or Derrick Henry? It's Coleman all day for me on this one.
Ooh, I don't know.
I think the matchup in particular definitely screams Tevin Coleman. Although I'm very interested to see what this Titans offense looks like with Tannehill under center. But that being said, the 49ers are red hot. They can run the football. Redskins are having trouble on the defensive side. I think it's Coleman this week.
I'm going Derrick Henry. Start Derrick Henry. Believe in Buck.
Fun fact, I'm in a 20-man league, and I'm starting Tannehill this week.
Wait, you're telling me like the truth right now? You're starting Ryan Tannehill?
I have to. There's literally not a single other person out there. My other
two QBs.
No, it's a 1 QB league, but there's no one available.
What?
It's a 20-man league. There's only 32 quarterbacks.
Ryan Tannehill. Interesting.
Man.
I'm still 3-3 somehow.
Wow.
Sleek, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. If you guys are tuning in and not subscribing, we appreciate the love. I had a Facebook memory, not to go off on too much of a tangent this morning, but last year at this point, exactly 1 year ago today, we posted on Instagram, I should say, and we had 200 subscribers. Now we have over 500, so we appreciate the support.
Growth, my friends.
Yeah, I mean that's 125% growth year over year by the average.
That's pretty good, Buck. James, good morning to you too, sir. Rodgers or Minshew? It's Rodgers.
I mean, it's worth asking. It's worth asking. Rodgers has his weapons without Devontae Adams. They're banged up real bad right now, and Minshew's going against that Cincinnati secondary. But that being said, it's still Aaron Rodgers.
If Rodgers had a tough matchup, I would be totally okay with Minshew instead of Rodgers. But Rodgers has a good matchup. I think he's going to put up some points today.
Yep.
Hawkinson, Graham, or Everett?
I'm going Hawk.
Everett.
Levy, come on, buddy. Join the party.
I want to go Jimmy Graham so bad, but I got to give this guy some love here and get at least two of us on the same page. So I'll go Everett.
Yeah, all of us pick one each.
Is Corey Davis a safe play with Tannehill under center? I don't think Corey Davis is ever a safe play, no matter who's quarterback.
Was Kenny Stills a safe play with Ryan Tannehill under center?
Jarvis Landry was.
He was.
So
I'm just saying
Corey Davis and safe should never be in the same sentence.
Hold on a second. When last week, when Mariota got benched, we saw Corey Davis was the favorite target of Ryan Tannehill. And I don't know about you guys, but Davis has the only reason why he's not fantasy relevant over his entire NFL career is because Marcus Mariota has been the quarterback his entire NFL career. And we've seen Jarvis Landry once upon a time with Ryan Tannehill under center pulling the trigger had fantasy value. And Corey Davis is a lot more physically gifted than the likes of Jarvis Landry. No offense to Landry, who can ball, but to me, it's Corey Davis. Yes, well, Corey Davis has value, and I feel like he's okay, and I'm interested to see what his upside is.
As a flex, I'm cool with it. I'm completely on board with it.
Yeah, B, let us know your options. I like Corey Davis as a player, but gents, it's that time of the week where we've got the Hooters mild, medium, and hot picks. So Tater, bring her in.
All right, bringing her in. Hello over there.
Hello, how you doing?
Fantastic. Do you have some mild, medium, and hot picks for us?
I do.
So go ahead and let them rip. Thank you.
Okay, for mild, I have running back Latavius Murray versus the.
Oops. Sorry. Go.
I'm sorry. I have for mild, I have running back Latavius Murray versus the Chicago Bears.
So he's the mild pick because he's got a really, really, really tough matchup this week. So, but I mean, there's gotta be some better options this week, right? Like, who's the medium picks for this week?
For medium, I have running back Tavian Coleman versus the Washington Redskins. I say the 49ers are averaging over about 170 yards per game on the ground, and the Redskins are about 28th against the run.
Yeah, kind of easy matchup this week for Tevin Coleman, right? So exactly, he's going to crush them this week. So what about the hot pick though? Who's the spicy hot pick for the week for the Hooters over there in St. Pete?
Yeah, for the hot, we have the running back Saquon Barkley versus the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh yeah,
I believe he's round mound of the touchdown. I would start him simply because he's back.
The round mound of touchdown. Do you guys know what that is in reference to? That is an old Charles Barkley nickname from way back when. So
I love the round mound of touchdown. That's great. Fantastic. Thank you so much for their picks.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. All right. Of course, the 4th Street Hooters, you can always go ahead and get plenty of the Hooters calendars. Look, this entire live show is brought to you by the original Hooters. So we absolutely love all the support that we get from it. And by the way, you got to check out the St. Pete Hooters over there. Get some of the mild, medium, or hot wings. Taz is over there just crushing. Yeah, crushing the wing.
He's a magician in the kitchen.
Just get the 007s, the secret item.
I disagree. There's so many different secret items on that menu. If y'all just wanted to give me my own podcast where I talked about Hooters secret menu, it could go on for weeks at minimum. And I recommend everybody just support your local Hooters. Go out there. Chicken wings are calling. Guess what? Hooters is awaiting on you. That's right. They got cold beers down there. We got all sorts of buffalo shrimp. We're still trying to hoot and give a hoot. We're trying to find a cure for breast cancer, folks. So go down there.
Get yourself a calendar.
Get yourself a calendar. That's the easiest way to contribute. You can also round up your checks, and you can get yourself a pink passion cocktail. Delicious. I've had at least 2 or 3. I would recommend that you go down there, order a pink passion. All of the proceeds go towards the Jimmy V Foundation. So that's a pretty damn cool place to go ahead and donate some money to. It's all for a good cause.
Bucky, you're getting me juiced up for next Sunday. You'll be live from the 4th Street St. Pete Hooters, and I'll be back in Chi-Town with my friends in the Wells Street Hooters. So I'm looking forward to it.
Guess what? Last time I checked, it's still October.
Yes, damn right. All right. So USAR Joe went with Howard, Gallup, and Singletary and dropped Chark from the lineup. Real quick, any hesitation with this, guys? I still like Chark.
Chark's been really good this year. I would actually go Chark over Gallup.
Me too.
Perfectly honest with you. I mean, no offense to, I know Gallup's got a great matchup, but so does DJ Chark. So, and Chark seems to be the preferred option, number 1 guy over there in Jacksonville. I'm still going to go with him over the number 2 option, despite both having a good matchup.
He's like the comparison to the Miller Lite of my life. Just comfort, love, compassion.
All right, pick one in a PBR. Melvin Gordon, Eric Jones, and Josh Jacobs. Talk about stables. Get out of here. I'm jealous of this trio. That's a flex option. Who are your damn starters?
I'm going Aaron Jones against Oakland. I expect them to be – they're really going to have to lean on the running game today due to the fact that they don't have Devontae Adams, and MVS and Geronimo Allison are both banged up. So I think we're going to see a heavy dose of Aaron Jones today.
Aaron Jones is my pick as well there, Tate, for the same reasons. But, man, how can I get a backfield that looks like this? This looks damn good.
Right.
You have to pick one?
Tim, I'm jealous of you, Tim.
Giuseppe, what's up? Breda or Lat Murray? PPR. Breda for me.
I'm so shocked that you're able to pronounce Giuseppe.
I thought you were going to stumble there too, bud.
I thought you were going to say Giuseppe.
Come on, give me some credit, man.
At this point, you have not earned that credit, sir.
you got to work up your credibility, my friend.
You have butchered every single region on this great earth, the names from those countries. Giuseppe, I love the fact that you got it. Giuseppe Russo, Breda, Latavius Murray, PPR. This is one of those, Tate, where I think I might appetize that little Latavius Murray action.
Why?
No, why?
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 It's just one of those things, man. You guys have been praising Tevin Coleman all day. What, you think this is like a 2-man show out there in San Francisco?
It is.
Well, okay.
Hey, for the record, Tate's way worse at pronouncing names than I am.
Whoa,
I disagree. I disagree. You're flat awful at it. But Giuseppe, you nailed.
I feel good about it. You know, I can rest easy tonight knowing I pronounced Giuseppe on the first attempt. But Tate, I'm assuming you're going Breda here.
Oh, it's Breda all day for me. I'm staying way away from that Chicago defense today.
Brian Oliver, thanks for joining us. Look at that golf swing in that avatar. I mean, that is just perfection.
Is this the same Brian Oliver that won the Georgia Open, I believe it was?
It is.
The Georgia Pro Open?
I believe it is.
I'm not ready to be in the presence of greatness.
Look at the knee bend and the rotation on that avatar.
Let's just admire that. No,
No,
they do not upset New England.
Yeah, to answer your question, no, but nice pick.
Yeah, the answer is no.
Giuseppe's back. John Brown or Auden Tate in a PPR?
JB.
John Brown. Nothing
I like
against
John Brown
Tate, though. Tate's definitely a viable option today, though.
Definitely.
Tate's been great. He was at PPR.
He used to saying that, baby.
He was a target hog last week. So, I mean, the targets are certainly there, but I will go John Brown this week as well. No trades, only pickups. Picked up Hooper and Ertz is undroppable. Otherwise, I'd trade you, like you stated. All right.
What? No trades? It's a no trade league?
I don't know if that just means they don't trade or they're not allowed.
Man, what kind of league is that? Like you are married to your draft lineup.
I play in a league where you have to make a trade or you're penalized. You have to make at least one trade by the season.
That doesn't make any sense either. I mean,
I love it.
That's stupid. If you drafted a great team, why should you have to give up one of your players?
Just makes it interesting, man.
Yeah.
Gallup, Boyd, or Will Fuller in a half-point PPR. Sleek, thanks for subscribing, dude.
Half-point PPR. I'm going to go with the volume with Tyler Boyd.
It's not a sexy pick, and sometimes I feel like Adriana Lima. Other times I feel like myself. I'm going to go with a non-sexy pick myself, Tyler Boyd.
The problem with Tyler Boyd is I think he's been targeted like once or twice in the end zone all season. Sure, he's a target hog, but he does not get targeted in the end zone or in the red zone.
Tate is 6'5", 230. I mean, that's probably
I'm going Gallup.
Tight end playing wide receiver. That's why.
I'm going Gallup. Go Knowles. Auden Tate. Yeah, baby. Devonta Freeman, Calvin Ridley, Devin Singletary, John Brown in a PPR flex.
I'm going to go. Oh, boy. I'm John Brown. I'll go John Brown.
Wow.
I'm going Singletary.
Oh, I mean, the Miami secondary is just as bad as their unit up front. I mean, and John Brown being a wide receiver and a big play wide receiver at that. Singletary, we still don't know. I know he's going to probably see more total touches than John Brown, but we still don't know his overall involvement. The PPR, I like what I've seen from the floor from John Brown.
Bucky, deciding factor.
It comes down to me here. I'm going to go Devin Singletary. Upside through the roof in this game.
I hope he scores today.
He's going to score.
Joe, don't ever bench Barkley.
Oh, my God. Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do it. TS.
Yeah. Thanks, TS. Do our job for us. That's what we're here for, baby.
Kyle Washnock, what's up? Thanks for joining us as always. Pick 2 in a PPR, half-point PPR, I should say. Mac, Michelle, Breda, and Melvin Gordon. Those are some good options.
I'm going to go Mac, and I'm going to go Breda. That Jets defense is playing pretty well, and I still don't know about Melvin Gordon and the Titans offense. I mean, we've seen Melvin Gordon back for 2 weeks. Has he really proven that he earns a spot in your lineup if you have other good options? To me, not yet.
Bucky.
I'm going to go Mac and Breda as well. I need to see more out of Melvin Gordon before I flex him in there. And apparently it takes two, baby, is the theme of the day there in San Francisco. So Matt Breda, yeah, let me get some little piece of him.
Yeah, I'll agree with you guys. I kind of want to go Michelle here, but
no, I don't.
I've been starting Sony Michelle every week, man.
I'm
he's
over these New England running. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Everybody's just okay.
He's average. I'll agree
It's
with you guys.
socialism. Everybody is just okay.
Phil Thacker, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Woods or Fuller? It's Woods for me.
Bob Woods.
Bob Woods. I mean, nothing against Will Fuller. Love the upside, but yeah, I'm still going to go with Woods, who has a great matchup today.
Wash knock. Cooper or Carry On in a flex half-point PPR? Ooh, this is interesting.
Carry On.
I'm going Carry On here.
Love the matchup for Amari Cooper, and if he was 100%, I'd actually roll with Coop. But with Cooper dealing with an injury, I'm just going to stay away from him. I'm going Carry On Johnson.
Yeah, I think it's just a safer play here. I want to say Cooper, though. I think Cooper's going to have a monster game as long as he doesn't get dinged up a little bit.
We don't know how healthy he really is.
Yeah, I'll go Carry On.
That's why I'm going Carry On.
All right, so Carmichael Cleaning Mike, thanks for joining us again. I have a flex dilemma currently. Carry On Johnson is my flex, but I have Calvin Ridley or Hunter Henry as options. I don't think you have much of a dilemma there, sir. I'm going Carry On Johnson.
Don't let the doubt filter through you. Okay, you have to have some resound with these picks. Carry On Johnson, as Tate has so eloquently laid out, he's the man to play here. Don't let the Calvin Ridley and the flashy plays and the nice touchdown that he might grab along with two other balls for 40 yards. Don't let them play in. Take the guy that's going to have 15 plus touches.
Yeah,
take Carry On Johnson.
Yeah, don't let the doubt filter through you. Don't let the hate flow through you. It's a trap. Admiral Akbar in Star Wars would say the exact same thing. Carry On Johnson is the guy that you want to start. Don't fall into the trap of Hunter Henry scoring 2 touchdowns when the Chargers fell behind 21-0 early on in that game. That is game flow. That's not going to continue to happen. Carry On Johnson's your guy.
All right, I got an interesting one here for you guys. I got a text. This is a direct message to me. Chase Edmonds or Robbie Anderson at flex.
Who is it, though? Why are they not joining and
I feel like this is
on the
you.
live stream just like everybody else? I don't like taking questions via text.
This is not me. I'm going to prove it to you guys that I got a text.
Who is it, though?
It's Eric Williams. He is in the listeners league. I don't know why he's not tuning in. Apparently he's too lazy to turn on YouTube while he's sitting in his undies on Sunday morning figuring out his lineup.
I will not answer because he's not on here. You got to tune in.
No, I'm answering. What's the question again?
It's Bob Anderson or Chase. Bob Anderson has been owned by the Pats in his career.
He's going to be matched up with Stephon too.
Yeah, dude, he's the real deal. I'm going Edmonds.
Give me Chuck Edmonds, man. Yeah.
All right, moving on. Ian Court, Woods, Dix, John Brown, Auden Tate. Need to pick 2. Thanks for joining us, Ian.
I'm going to go John Brown and Bob Woods.
I'm going the same too, Tate. I still can't trust Diggs to continue this.
I'm going Woods and Diggs. I know.
Why?
Darius Slayton, hopefully he's not on him, but.
I mean, if there's one week that you can definitely feel confident and justify starting Diggs, it's after he just dropped, 100-something yards and 3 scores on it.
After he started crying, wanting to trade and doing whatever, just like Adam Thielen. Thielen was a hot hand 3 weeks ago, and you got now Diggs is doing his thing. I'm hesitant to go ahead and put all my eggs in a Stephon Diggs basket when I think that a John Brown basket is a much more profitable basket for you as a fantasy football player. Full of Cadbury eggs, all the good stuff. You might have some dairy milk in there. Shout out Cadbury as well.
Fair enough. I will be the odd man out in this scenario. Jesse, pick 2 and a flex. Ingram, Gurley, Singletary, Carry On Johnson. Standard format.
So really it's pick 3, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go Mark Ingram, Devin Singletary, and Carry On Johnson. I mean, I don't trust Todd Gurley, man. Sorry.
I'm benching Singletary of them. I still think Gurley scores.
Yeah. Out of these 3, I have to bench Devin Singletary. I'm not going to reach on upside when I have so much that I can lean back on with the 3 players otherwise.
Wiggins World, thanks for joining us as always. Preston Williams or Corey Davis. Here's the Corey Davis guy. I'm going Corey Davis in this scenario.
Yeah, I'm not messing with that Bills secondary. Nothing wrong with Preston Williams. I think he's actually a nice player on a really, really, really historically bad team.
He's won me 2 games. He has won me single-handedly 2 games. So, but yeah, I can't start him against my guys.
Yeah,
Go Bills.
Davis. Even though that's a pretty tough secondary over there in Los Angeles as well.
Chris Gross, thanks for joining us. Would you start Hunter Henry over Hooper or Andrews this week? I personally would not.
Not over Hooper? No.
Or Andrews, both.
Andrews
Both
has
of
been
those.
great.
They're number 1 and 2.
I know Henry scored 2 touchdowns last week. I get it. And yes, he flashed some of that ability we've known he's had. Some of the upside we've known he's had ever since he entered the league.
Chris, if you are rostering 3 tight ends, please, for the love of God, as soon as we're done with bye weeks, you figure out who you like best. You deal the other 2. You need to fill in the rest of your roster. You can only start 2 of them at tops.
Dude, I have a team where I'm starting Andrews in the flex and Hooper as my tight end. So I think they're both startable. I don't know if you have that option in your league, but anyway, B, with Gordon out, can Dorsett be trusted on Monday night?
No.
Not really. Can you ever trust Phil Dorsett? I mean, if he's your only option.
Can I go on record and say I detest drafting and or picking up Patriots?
Oh yeah,
100%.
I mean, I'm pretty much in the same boat. I maybe have a couple sprinkled in, but Jose Vega, sit 1, Kerryon Johnson, Mark Ingram, or Austin Eckler in a full point PPR.
Eckler. I know what the volume's going to be for Kerryon and Mark Ingram. That's simple.
Yep.
I'll sit Eckler. I'm with you guys on this. Nathan, what's up, dude? Thanks for joining us as always. Marvin Jones, Chase Edmonds, or Alexander Madison as a flex option in standard.
Edmonds.
Even in standard?
Yeah, give me Chuck Edmonds in there. We might not even see a David Johnson out there.
I think Madison's out, in my opinion. I do like Madison as a player.
I mean, David Johnson's dealing with an injury, but I still think Marvin Jones is the safer play. I do.
In a standard, I think he is the safer play. I agree with you, but I think the upside's much higher with Edmonds.
It is. Yeah, well, I mean, it's about the same. I mean, unless David Johnson, like, one is inactive or that ankle injury flares up.
I don't love the matchup for Marvin Jones, so I'm going to go Edmonds.
Got it.
Right, so Bucky and I are on Edmonds. Good luck, Nathan. Mr. Nilt, James White or Hunter Henry in a flex?
James White.
Still James White. We don't know about Hunter Henry yet. He's had 1 game back. I know it was a nice game. I'm going to keep pounding the table until someone listens to me about this.
I've not heard a single table pound.
I'll go Jim White. You sold me, Tate.
By the way, for everybody that's out there that thinks we're just like answering questions, I got Chase Edmonds playing in a standard this week. I believe in Chase Edmonds. I want him to go out there, do his thing. I know that Johnson is playing, so he will get carries. However, Tate, I'm kind of with you. I think they're going to split carries a bit more than expected.
Man, I just got an alert that my screen time was up 66% from last week. That doesn't make me feel great about myself. I hate the iPhone sometimes, you know?
See, I don't want any smart devices, the robots and all that. I've been on a ton of rants about technology and how I hate the way it affects us. I turn every notification except for like a text message off, and I keep my phone on silent. I don't want all this shit, Levy. I don't need people to be coming in here and throwing out all sorts of different, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. You're doing too much on the internet. You're looking at your screen too much. I don't like that.
Westby. Pick 2, Metcalf, John Brown, Golden Tate, Auden Tate. Thanks, y'all are awesome. Appreciate it, Tim. Thank you very much. Let's see who we got here. Standard format now. I kind of like DK Metcalf.
I'm going John Brown. Love the matchup for him. And Auden Tate. Again, you're mentioning that Tyler Boyd isn't getting targets in the red zone. Guess who is? Mr. Tate.
We got a couple Tates in there.
Yeah. Got a couple. I mean, it's great. Great. I mean, we're somehow related somewhere.
I'm going
play professional football. I bowed out in the college ranks, so didn't quite my potential.
I'll go A Tate and Brown as well. I'm agreeing with you, Tate. Too many Tates in this sentence. Bucky, who you got?
John Brown, Metcalf.
All right, fair enough. I do like Metcalf. He's the number 2 guy there, especially with Disley out. I think he's going to get more. Washnock loves the Hooters hot picks segment. Thank you. I think that was Hooters' own idea. I love it. Wicked Roller. Montgomery or Michelle?
I'm going Montgomery. I mean, I know that Michelle, they're still going to feed him the ball, but I mean, I just like what I've seen from Montgomery as far as on the field. I don't think Michelle's, I mean, it's weird because I saw him at the University of Georgia. He looked like an explosive, elusive running back, and I just feel like I haven't seen that this year from him. It feels like he's a bit of a plotter, and I'm not labeling him that, but that's what I've seen so far on tape this season. So I'm going Michelle. I love Montgomery, volume.
What's funny is, Tate, I thought that the both of us thought that Michelle was this one cut, kind of a crafty runner with a little bit of power, but you're right. I mean, what we've seen so far this year has been disappointing in that light. I have Montgomery above Michelle this week.
I'm going Michelle. I've been on Michelle all year, but you're right. He's not a sexy running back. You kind of know what you're going to get, like maybe 60, 70 yards and a touchdown if you're lucky.
Well, they just don't have the same offensive line that they did last year. They're not able to just impose their will in the running game like they were last season, which Michelle posted a couple 100-yard games. So it's just not the same situation from year to year, especially in the Patriots backfield, as we all.
Randy Hall, thanks for joining us as always. Scary Terry, hate calling him that. Or
No,
Carlos Hyde.
Terrier, dude. We've been over this.
He's a feisty terrier.
Well, my cousin went to OSU and he said they all call him Scary Terry.
Of course they do.
Of course, yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, they're also trying to trademark the Ohio State. The word "the," like that's how wild things get over there at Ohio State.
Give me Carlos Hyde.
No, give me Terry McLaurin.
Really?
Full point PPR, yes. Terry McLaurin.
I'm actually. This is really tough because both these guys are playing really well, but the difference is that McLaurin's been playing great the whole season. So I'm going Terry.
Matchup.
I'm going Terry McLaurin, man.
Oh man, I don't like the matchup against the 49ers is crazy. But yeah, I mean he's been playing great all year. You're right. All right, so I'm in the minority here.
The round mounted touchdown is one of the better things that.
Yeah, I mean, I had to throw that in there. I love just a little tidbit there. So
Pasquale, chicken and waffles or bacon and pancakes?
Bacon and pancakes.
Yes,
I gotta keep it traditional here.
I don't want this
pancakes
for breakfast, and I know Tater's definitely not eating chicken and waffles. That's a little weird for him.
Whoa! I actually prefer waffles over pancakes, but
what?
I mean,
you're not chicken on top of your waffle, dude. That's way.
Waffles are way better than pancakes.
I agree with that. I agree. I'm a waffle guy, but
bacon is better than chicken.
I don't want chicken on top of my waffle.
Oh no, dude, you're eating the wrong chicken and waffles then.
No, it's delicious, but that's not a traditional breakfast.
It's a heart attack.
Bucky is perplexed over there.
It's bacon and pancakes. Let's move on.
I'm so upset. I'm surprised.
All right, standard format: Coleman, Montgomery, or Last Murray. Love that. Coleman. It's Coleman.
Coleman. Easily for me. Matchup, and how effective the Niners are on the ground.
Coleman.
Do we have confidence in Aaron Jones this week? I do. I think the only reason Jamal Williams did anything last week is Aaron Jones was being an idiot. He's going to bounce back this week.
Yeah, agreed. Just a rough game for Aaron Jones. He'll bounce back. I mean, he scored 4 touchdowns the prior game? He'll be okay.
He'll be all right. PPR, Mel Gordon, Jacobs, Gallup, or McLaurin?
Jacobs.
I'll go Jacobs.
Jacob, Jingleheimer, Schmidt. Josh.
Yeah, we're all agreeing on that one. Love it. Singletary or Montgomery? What is that?
Option flex.
I don't know what that means.
I'm going. All right, given these two options, I'm going. But conventional wisdom says go with the volume with Montgomery, but the matchup and the explosiveness says Singletary. Oh boy, this is a tricky one.
We are deep on Singletary this week, boys.
I'm going Singletary, Nick Roche.
I'm gonna go Singletary.
I'm going Singletary too.
Believe it.
I want to see the Bills just rout the Finns.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Edit 718. I believe it's the first time you're joining us. Thank you for joining. Pick 2 in a full point PPR. Melvin Gordon, Tyler Boyd, and AR 12.
I'm gonna go Melvin Gordon. I'm going Melvin Gordon. I'm going Melvin Gordon.
And you need 2 of these.
Allen Robinson.
Is Lattimore going to be on Robinson? That makes me nervous.
Lockdown Lattimore.
He's good, man.
I'm going to go Gordon and Boyd.
I'm going Gordon and Boyd as well.
I have faith.
Brianna.
I have faith in AR-12.
Oh, this is Brianna with the greatest team of all time.
She really does have a great team.
Goodness, she's good at this game.
PPR needs 2.
Brianna, if you ever want to just take my place here, I would be happy to just hand over the microphone. You can go ahead. You can go ahead and prognosticate the same way that I do on these microphones. So you're obviously better at this than I am.
She needs an RB2 and a flex between Aaron Jones, Tevin Coleman, Devin Singletary, Chase Edmonds, and Kenny Galladay.
So
I'm going.
Ooh, I don't know if it's a slam dunk for Aaron Jones over Tevin Coleman, but I am going to go Aaron Jones.
You get 2 of these. I'm taking Jones and Coleman.
No. She needs a RB2 and a flex.
Yes.
So you can't start a running back in the flex. So, I mean, I guess, yeah, we don't. I'll go with Tevin Coleman, yeah, in that scenario.
Buck,
you prefer a guy like Tevin Coleman or Aaron Jones over Kenny Galladay, who I personally have in my top 8 this week?
I do, because I feel like Tevin Coleman is going to run wild against Washington. I think that they're going to play from ahead the entire game. I know he's going to split some work with Matt Breida, but I mean, it's proven that he can split work with Matt Breida and still be very productive for fantasy purposes. And the same thing can be for Aaron Jones and the Oakland Raiders. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have any of his pass catching options on the outside healthy. So I expect Aaron Jones to eat.
Love it. Phil Thacker, fun stuff, guys. Julio Jones, Bob Woods, John Brown, Tyler Boyd. Pick 2. Keep up the good fight. Good luck to you in week 7, Phil. Thanks for joining us.
Sir Philip Thacker.
I'm going Julio and Woods.
Yeah, Julio. Never sitting Julio. And then I'm gonna go with Bob Woods, even though John Brown has a great matchup in his own right, but I see that being collectively a higher scoring game between Atlanta and Los Angeles than the Bills and Miami.
I can see that, Tate. I'm going to go Julio and Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, I agree with your point, but I'm going to pick somebody completely different.
I just said I see you. I didn't say I agreed with you.
That's true.
This is interesting. Diggs or Chark? Is it time to trust Diggs?
Did you skip over Nicholas Roche?
No, we already answered that. He put it in there 3 times.
Oh, no spamming my comment section, please. First and last warning.
Kamara is not playing, though. He did ask about that.
Yeah, no Kamara today. Time to trust Diggs between him and Chark. I'm going Chark.
I really like Chark's matchup this week, so I would go
that too.
I would go Chark over Diggs this week. I do like Diggs long term still, though. I believe in him.
I don't believe in him long term. Give me DJ Chark.
I think Levy's beating his chest over there. He's been saying Diggs every single week, and finally Diggs blows up, and he's like, "I've been having trust in Diggs. Stick with Diggs."
Sticking to my guns, man.
Calm down. He had one great week. Relax.
Wow. Dab Wizard is saying that some of the DNs are going to get some snaps at tight end to replace Disley. I'm starting Luke Wilson in Dynasty this week. That's how bad my team is.
He's back.
I can't wait to see Jadeveon Clowney flex out a move tight end spot.
Latest on David Johnson. He is expected to play today, but he's obviously banged up.
He's playing, but I do think Edmonds plays a role as well.
Absolutely. Washnock. I have one where I'm starting Andrews at tight end and Hooper at flex. Should I start Miles Sanders instead? I'm starting those 2 tight ends.
I mean, you got the number 1 and number 2 tight end production wise so far this season. Yeah, I'd roll with them over Miles Sanders. And Eagles running back is very tough to trust.
I have the same exact scenario for a little team that I like to call Lil Big Wheel. And the answer is start both of them.
Watson or Kyler today?
Watson.
I like how Kyler's been playing. That being said, it's still Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I'll still go Watson as well, even though Kyler does have a good matchup.
But he doesn't have Christian. I mean, he didn't have Christian Kirk last week, though, guys.
I don't know that he needs Christian Kirk.
300 yards passing.
I think we give way too much credit to Christian Kirk. What has he proven to us in this league so far? He's a good player, but why are we hyping him up so much? Like he's making a difference if the team's going to win or lose, because he's not.
I've loved the volume that I've seen from Christian Kirk when he was out on the football field.
Agreed.
This offense, if they can just fix their red zone woes, they're going to put up points, a lot of points. It's just, yeah, I mean, with David Johnson banged up, with Christian Kirk out, it's hard to be too bullish on the Cardinals this week, despite the good matchup.
I think the Cardinals are the player of the week. 3.5-point dogs to the Giants. Get out of here. They win straight up.
Tate, by the way, I love how as you've become more ingratiated into or more integrated into the sports broadcasting landscape, you just pulled the bullish. I'm feeling bullish. I feel like you hear that so much on sports talk. I love that.
Yeah.
You're so pro now. I'm bullish on him.
Professional. We got a professional in our presence.
It's so hard. He just texted me too that I was being unprofessional earlier, and I apologize to our sponsor.
Clean it up, bud. Clean it up.
Hey,
Luke
buddy, I took a
DeRozan.
shower this morning. That's enough, right?
Pick 2, PPR, Michelle, Coleman, or Carry On. It's Coleman and Carry On for me. What about you guys?
Oh, Coleman and Carry On.
Yep.
Dab is
I feel like Dab is freaking.
he's freaking out.
He does this though. He starts off real smooth every episode, right? And he's like asking questions, and we get towards the end. By the way, folks, we have about 8 more minutes before we wrap up.
Yeah, I got to do my lineup.
And then he starts spiraling, just questioning himself. Dab wizard. Okay, just keep dabbing, and you'll be fine.
Chris Toy, the old boy, bellied up at Twin.
Singletary.
He did text and say he's at Twin Peaks, though. I don't know why he didn't go to a Hooters. That was a dumb decision. Singletary or Crowder?
We know what the answer is. Number 26 for the Buffalo Bills.
I don't know about that. I mean, in a half-point PPR,
Ooh.
look at Crowder since hear me out. The 2 games that he has played with Sam Darnold as the starting quarterback, he has caught at least 6 or more passes for 90 or more yards in both games, and he's seen 9 or more targets in each of those contests. So as far as PPR floor, and we don't know what we're going to get from Singletary involvement-wise. I know he has a great matchup. I know he's looked great, and we expect that he's fully healthy. But the 2 games that we've seen with Crowder and Darnold, it's worth considering starting given the PPR format. So that being said, I'm going Singletary.
Listen,
I'm going Singletary as well. I think Crowder could have like a 8 catches for 47-yard type of day.
I
no,
just
but
don't like New England secondary. I'm not messing with it.
honestly, though, Crowder as a slot receiver is one of the better guys in the NFL. He really is. The problem is it's the Jets. And we're talking about the Bills. We're talking about a team that has such potential on the run game front with the offensive line, the way they've been playing.
They've been playing well.
I just like Singletary. I want to roll the dice. I'm a dice roller. I'll do it.
New England still has the second best passing defense as far as stats go on the season. So for that reason, that's why I'm going to flex away from Jamison Crowder.
All right, boys, it's time to turn up the heat here because we've only got a few minutes left and we got to get to every single question.
All right, so we're going quick, so I can't do my normal thing.
Let's go.
Rapid fire. Sherman, thanks for joining us. Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, or Matty Ice this week?
Ice, baby.
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan. I'm on board with that. Chad, thanks for joining us. I need a running back and a flex. Full point PPR. Pick 2, Edmonds, Lat Murray, Joe Mixon, and Auden Tate.
This is ugly.
I'm sitting Lat Murray here.
Lat Murray's sitting.
I don't want to start 2 Bengals, even though I think they're the best 2 options.
Right?
I think Mixon and Tate are the best 2 options.
Yeah, I'm going. I mean, just based on the volume and the floor that I expect from at least touches wise from Joe Mixon and Auden Tate. That's why I'm going to go with those 2.
I'm with you there as well. Rob Stanley, what's up, dude?
Hale Sayers or Darius Sanders.
Move
on. What is this?
Moving along, but I gotta say, Pale Sanders is pretty good. Pale Sayers.
Pale Sayers, that's my choice as well.
Yeah.
McLaurin scored versus the Bears, so
Bad
he can
joke.
score any week. Luke, you are right, man. You are right.
Thanks, Luke. Love you.
Yeah, for week 8, I have Andrews out. Should I pick up Jared Cook versus Arizona or Hawkinson?
Hawkinson.
Jared Cook's out. TJ Hawkinson.
Well, we're talking about for week 8.
Next week.
Oh, come on. What is this madness? Then it is Jared Cook if he's healthy.
If I would go Cook if he's healthy.
Throwing too many things into my brain. I'm trying to focus on week 7.
Singletary or Gordon in PPR? I'm still going Gordon.
I assume it's or Melvin Gordon here, right?
Yeah,
it's Singletary for me.
Can we just please acknowledge that this is one of the best usernames
Mike Honcho
and one of the best avatars that we've come on, we can't ignore that. Mike Honcho, beautiful.
He posed for Playgirl magazine once, but I won't go beyond that because I'm trying to be professional.
Singletary.
I'm going Gordon.
Got to see it from Melvin Gordon first.
But you've seen it from Singletary? He hasn't played.
I've seen it from Singletary the first 2 weeks. He's averaging over 10 yards a carry when given work, and he's going against one of the worst defenses in the league.
The Cyborg's getting 15 carries today.
Yes, he is.
Titans are also a very good defense in their own right.
Bucks, I'm going Singletary.
Oh, God.
Yep.
James wants to know if there's any confirmed injuries. Too many to go through, I suppose. But
just go to a website, a reputable website, and they will provide you with the up-to-date injury information.
MVS and Geronimo Allison are playing, though. So if you were going to play Lazard, be very careful with that. Howdy, boys. Howdy, Bloomer. Thanks for joining us. Hope your Sunday is going great. Will Fuller or Alshon Jeffrey for Danny Villarreal?
I'm still going to go Alshon Jeffrey.
I'm not an Alshon guy. I'm going Will Fuller.
I'm going to roll the dice on the big play, man, Willie Full.
Hopefully he's got some soft hands this week because he had brick hands last week. But
I heard he's been rubbing him down with Charmin and Aquaphor all week.
Yeah, we should be good to go there. Bobo, great avatar once again. Cooper or Crowder in a PPR?
Cooper.
I'm going Cooper, man.
Coop
All
day.
Desperation running back, Rashad or Darrell Henderson? What's up, Quake?
Ooh, I mean, if Gurley's playing, then Darrell Henderson's not even a viable option.
Penny. Let's get pennied.
Penny. It's Penny.
Oh, God, that's gross.
Up, Penny and the Jets.
Brianna says she'd never be able to take your place, Buck.
That's incorrect. You would be much better than I am.
Egg Sam Productions. Thanks for joining us. Half point PPR. Melvin Gordon, DK Metcalf, and Dante Pettis.
Melvin Gordon.
Need 2.
And DK Metcalf.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Metcalf has been one of the weirdest players, but out of circumstance, I've had to start him week after week, and he never really seems to let me down. I think he had one down week to week in a standard format. You can go ahead and pretty much pick up 6.5 points a game just by putting him in your lineup. I'll take that floor. Dante Pettis, Levy still loves his hair, but I don't because I haven't seen it in a long time. I'm going to go Gordon, Metcalf.
Thoughts on this trade real quick. He picked up the 49ers D last week before they played and then traded them and Eckler for Lev Bell in a 10-team standard. He's got the Pats D. I like this move because, Lev Bell he's got a juicy schedule weeks 9 through 14, including Miami twice. So we talked about that on the regular pod this week. If you guys don't listen to the pod, check us out on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio, baby.
Anywhere you want to listen to a podcast, just search Fantasy Focused. We've got about 10 shows for you now a week.
We got
only about 1 million
through here in about 5 minutes. Let's try to knock them out, baby. Set them up. Oh,
That's
right. The OT commenters.
Who's the better flex? Buck is back. PPR, Woods, Michelle, or Derrick Henry?
Ooh, I mean, it's hard to sit Derrick Henry.
I like Derrick Henry out of that threesome.
Hard to sit Derrick Henry, even though I like the matchup for Woods. I'm going to go with Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I'll agree with you guys. I do love Woods this week. He's also going big.
I will say, I like a flipping of the coin between those two players.
Yeah.
It's that close. It's like 51-49 for me.
Dawson Knox. Love Dawson Knox this week.
Knock loose.
Yep.
Woodward, standard format. Jared, thanks for joining us. Jeffrey, A-Rob, or Diggs. Pick 2 already starting Thielen.
Ooh. I'm not starting 2 Vikings wide receivers unless it's like a great matchup because then they can dominate. But yeah, not this week. I'm going to go Alshon Jeffrey and Adam Thielen.
I'm going to go with the red question mark, which is Alshon Jeffrey and Adam Thielen here.
Yeah, who's got a more consistent red Q? Is it Alshon or the Glass Man?
Oh, it's 100% the Glass Man.
The Glass
Man is back. I love it.
You know what's hilarious? He does it almost every year, and we act surprised by it.
I know, right? Thacker, PPR, Chris Carson, Tevin Coleman, Frank Gore, or Singletary. Man, that's a good problem to have.
Sir Philip Thacker.
Tevin Coleman.
I'm going Coleman, yeah.
I hate benching Carson, but I'll go Coleman this week. Dab, I agree. It's insane how many people have 3 QBs and 3 tight ends on their rosters. They obviously didn't listen to our preseason shows. It's not a sound strategy. Josh.
It's really coming from the guy that's starting Ryan Tannehill this week?
It's a 20-man league. Kiss my butt.
Professional.
That was professional.
Very professional.
Classy there, bud.
Marvin Jones or DK Metcalf?
I'm going Marvin Jones.
DK. Tough matchup for Marvin Jones.
Yeah, I'm still going to go Marvin Jones, though.
All right.
That was classy, too.
Tate is the Dan Orlovsky of this broadcast. Is that a compliment? I don't know.
No. Please go ahead and clarify that in the comment section, whether that's a compliment or not.
I mean, if anything, he's the Charlie Batch. Okay, so you're like insulting him by going Dan Orlovsky. He is Chuck Batch of the podcast world. I'm John Elway, and we got Levy, Joe Montana.
I would have taken Tony Romo all day, but
fuck, you're my booger. Bucky's my booger. Lamar or Deshaun?
Spaceship Bug Buck.
That's so insulting, but I love it.
I'll go Lamar over Deshaun.
I'm gonna go Deshaun Watson.
I'm going Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Better in the passing game. Still gives you some of that rushing upside.
Yeah.
Well, for the record, there's not a Hooters presence in Texas. There.
I like how he's gotten so Austin that he has to abbreviate it ATX.
I know. Man, look at you. This guy is a different.
All right, folks. We're gonna wrap it up. 4 more questions.
That's it. Here we go. Cooper or Woods and Cohen or Murray.
Oh, I'm assuming maybe a DFS question. I'm going Cooper or Wood. No, never mind. Yeah, he's so I'm going Cooper as long as he's active, which I think he will be. And then I'm gonna go. I mean, I don't really trust the weekly involvement of Cohen every week, so I'm going Latavius Murray.
I'm gonna go Bob Woods.
And
I still don't love Lat Murray, but I'm with you, Tate. I'm gonna go Lat Murray here.
Yeah, I'm going Lat Murray and Cooper. I think the upside's too high. Jimmy G or Matty Ice? Who to start? Ice. Thanks for joining us, Pete.
Ice, baby.
A couple more here. Marlon Mack. Love the way you spelled Marlon there. Or Derrick Henry Vasquez.
The Florida Marlins.
I'll go Marlon. Give me Florida Marlon Mack.
Oh, it's Marlon Mack all day, baby.
Not a compliment. Not compliment. He hypes up a guy, then chooses the opposite. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's great, Kyle.
I love that. Thanks for the support.
Kyle, I've been saying the same thing for 3.5 years. Okay. Trust me. I'm glad that there's one listener out there that I can resonate with. Oh, it's Mark Crawford.
Crawford, I miss you. I think Bucky brothers.
Well, hello and goodbye, Crawford. We're probably going to be finishing up here in just a second. Buck, why do you have a black eye? I don't see a black eye there, bud.
I don't have a black eye. That just might be the sadness from being a Tottenham Hotspur supporter.
Well, and to end us here, Lazard is working with the ones in pregame. Stanley is pumped about that.
I think he's a troll.
Is Robert Stanley on the sideline for the Green Bay warmups? Please tell me. It's called hangover, says Phil Thackett.
I don't know. I thought I looked good. I looked good outside, which is why I was out there. Now I'm inside.
I think you look great, Buck. It's all good. All right, I got to go do my lineups, gents. Good luck to you all in week 7. Thank you for the support. See you next week.
Yeah, thank you for joining us on what was week 7 of the Fantasy Focus Live Show, by the way. If you have not yet done so, punch the like button, subscribe. We really appreciate any and all the support. Till next time, later, says a Tater. Good luck.
Goodbye, sweet princes and princesses.